Welcome back. In this lecture, we will do two interesting things. First one is we will loop over an array backwards, and the second one is we will also create a loop inside another loop. Let's back to VS Code and then copy the person details here. Copy and then paste here. Now I'm deleting this true. Okay, now in the previous lecture, we looped from beginning, that is 0, 1, and so on 4. And now here we start with 4 and then 3 and so on 0. And we need to create the for loop to this new information according to this new methodology. And now write here for let for initial value I am writing here I equal 4 because we are beginning this value that is 4, but we learned hard coded values. We shouldn't write like this. 4 is length of the array, but here the actual length is 1 2 3 4 5. We have 5, and now the array length means that is 0 1 2 3 4. So we have the actual array length is 5 minus 1, and then we need to write here person array name and then dot length array length minus 1. We need to write like this. And then the next one is condition part. In the condition, when do you want to stop the loop? Here it would stop after 0. So for that I am writing here I greater than equal 0. And then the third one is increment or decrement. Here at number 4, I is greater than or equal 4. That is 4 greater than or equal 0. The condition is true. So the next iteration will run, and then we need to decrease the index or the counter. Instead of using here plus plus, we use minus minus to decrement or decrease the value by 1. Why we are using minus minus means here in the last lecture we used plus plus because we are increasing the value, that is 0 1 and so on 4, but here we are doing the decreasing the value 4 3 and so on 0. So for that reason we are writing here the decrement value, that is I minus minus. Here I value is 4 and then 4 greater than or equal 0. And then the statement executes and it displayed in the console, and then next it takes that 4 minus 1. Here the value I is I minus minus means I equal I minus 1. That means I equal 4 minus 1, that is 3. It takes 3. 3 is greater than or equal 0, and then the condition is true. It displayed the block statement and so on. Here the length value is 0, I value I 0 greater than or equal 0. Then after the counter executes that minus 1. If I means minus 1 is greater than or equal 0, the statement is false. Then after the loop stops once the statement is false. So write here in the block console.log person I, and then reload. Now check first the fourth one, that is friends list F1 F2 F3, and then job, that is doctor, and the years, and then last name and first name. It displayed like this 43210. Now I want to add here true, And then let's check here again. Now it displayed first true and then friends, doctor, years, last name and first name. Now the actual length of the array is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here the person length 6 minus 1, that is 5. Here 5 is greater than or equal 0. And then the statement displayed that this is true. And then next 4 like this and so on 0. So now this is all about the condition and the counter update. Now I want to show you that how can we create a loop inside a loop. For example, if a person joined a gym, he has 3 different exercises. We need to repeat each of the exercises 5 times. That is total 15 repetitions he has. So to log all those exercises, we will need a loop inside a loop. Now let's write the example for let for giving that exercise. I am giving here exercise equal. For initially I am giving the value 1 and then the condition exercise. We have 3 exercises. For that I am writing exercise less than 4. And then for increment or decrement, here we are increasing the value. For that exercise plus plus and then the block console.log backcodes starting exercise and then write here literals exercise. This is for the number and then let's check here once. Now here we have these 3 exercises, exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3. We have 3 exercises but we don't have any repetitions yet. We need to create loop inside the loop. In each exercise we can have the 5 repetitions that we want and the repetitions themselves are a loop. Now let's here write in loop that creating again for loop for let rep equal 1. Rep means here we have 5 repetitions in each exercise. For that reason I am giving here the name rep and then the condition rep less than 6. We have 5 repetitions. So once reached this condition 6, it will stop and then rep plus plus and then console.log backwards lifting weight repetitions and then rep. Now let us see the result here. Reload just. Here we have 3 exercises and then we have for each exercise 5 repetitions. In here the exercise 1 we have repetitions 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then exercise 2 also have 5 and then 3 also have 5. What is the scenario here? Here the first exercise value is 1 and then here the 1 is less than 4. The condition is true. It goes to the statement and here it displayed the starting exercise 1 and in 1, after completing this, it goes to this loop. Here in this loop we have repetition 1, so it takes one value, that one value is less than 6, so the condition is true, it displayed the statement, and then next it increased the value. Now the repetition value is 2, 2 less than 6. So the condition is true. It displayed again the repetitions 2, and then also until 6. So 6 is less than 6. So the condition is false. So the statement that does not print here and then goes to here. So now the value increased. Increased means exercise value is 2. Now the value is 2, 2 less than 4. So the condition is true, again goes to this block and then prints starting exercise number 2. And then in 2 also we have these repetitions until 6. 6 less than 6 means the statement is false. So it goes to here and increased the value. Now the exercise value is 3. So like this the loop in loop works. Now I hope that you have a better idea of how to display this loop backwards and this loop in loop, how to write all this. This is all about the session. Will continue in the next lecture. Thank you.